What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Poncho's Garage. As you can see today, we got this one inside here. I need to put it on the lift. It needs a drive shaft, so I gotta measure the distance needed for a custom length drive shaft. And while it's there, I figured we can evict some spiders because it has spiders under there, and then yeah, just show you around the car, under the car, in the car, this current setup, my plans for it, etc, etc. So yeah, video should be pretty straightforward, so let's put it up in the air and I'll show you what's under it. Alright, so starting at the back of the car, we got a nice little fuel cell right here. I think this plate is here to hold the fuel pump. I'll double check because I see some electric wires right here, which would probably go to the fuel pump, and then some mounting points right here. Seems like that goes there, and then just fuel pump because you got the fuel outlet out of the cell here, and then yeah. So I think that's that, but I'll double check. On this side over here is where the battery goes. You got your positive, negative. These guys go all the way to the front to the engine, and then you got an extra chassis screw here, so everything should be here nice and tidy. You got one main fuel line going from here all the way to the front of the engine. These have I like this setup because it's just one line all the way there. The return fuel pressure regulator and all that stuff goes back here. I'll dig in my backpack. I have the fuel filter somewhere. I'll show you guys the fuel filter. So let me show you the fuel filter real quick. Alright, so this is the fuel filter. What's cool about this one for the LS swaps is that it's a fuel filter and it already has the fuel pressure regulator built in and preset to the correct pressure. So what that basically means is you would have your your fuel pump right here, pumping fuel in here, and then this is your output that goes to the engine, and it'll keep it pressurized. Like this pressure here is going to be constant, and any excess fuel just spits back out this way and you send it back to the tank. And so yeah, so when you have this going to the fuel, it's just one way. You get both fuel rails and you're done. You don't have to worry about plumbing all the way back to the all the way back to the fuel tank. Basically, in, does its thing, comes right back, and then the good fuel at the right pressure. So yeah, it's a nifty little little setup, and that's what I'm gonna use on the Z. So yeah, that was the fuel filter, inlet, outlet, and return. And then, so basically this will probably go to the outlet all the way to the front of the engine, and that's that. So that's a nice little setup. But anyways, right here with the diff, brake wise, I think this is an Arizona Z rear disc setup. Not 100% sure, but it does look like it. It's got CV axles already, which is nice. And R200, I think it's leaking from the cover, so I'm gonna have to look into that, but not a big deal. That's basically it. There's nothing to really do here other than get rid of these spider webs. But yeah, nice little setup back here. Little coilover setup here as well. Nothing to do there. Yeah, just put a battery, get the fuel pump, fuel filter set up back here, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. It's a little filthy on the inside, so I gotta clean that up. Nothing too crazy. I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow. See if I can take these panels off and give it a nice deep cleaning, because it needs it. But other than that, moving along. Under here, you get your diff. There is no drive shaft. I already measured, so I gotta order a drive shaft for that. This part of the shifter, that thing comes off, so I'm gonna ditch that and put the correct shifter that comes out over there. And then over here we've got our CD009 which is right here. It's made it to the LS. It fits. It's super duper tight, but it does fit. The exhaust might needs a little bit of attention here. I think that's a little too close for me, but whatever. Eventually we'll look into that. Maybe get a nicer exhaust, because this one seems to have had its quite a few scrapes here and there. But anyways, yeah, you got the CD09, got the plate. Keep scooting forward so I can keep showing you here. This is where the that one fuel outlet comes out of. So from here we're gonna have to go up and into the fuel rail somewhere. But yeah, a lot more spider webs that need to be taken care of. Coilovers up here. Front disc brakes are the stock ones. So I think it has Toyota calipers. I don't know. I have to double check. But yeah, the steering rack is stock. It's just with some super long outer tie rods. Custom control arms here, so you can get all the angle you need. And you got the little LS motor up in there. I need to put the harmonic balancer, tighten the the water pump there, and all the little miscellaneous stuff. I'll drop the car right now and show you guys the engine bay. Let's see. Under here, there's a little skid guard plate that goes down here. I gotta install that, so I gotta get that in there. And yeah, so I'm gonna give a little scrub down, get all these spider webs out real quick. Drop the car, and I'll show you guys on the engine bay side and go from there. Okay, so here in the engine bay, I think I already showed you guys, but that's a LS based, well, it's a truck motor, 5.3, aluminum block, aluminum heads. Still have the truck intake manifold. For now I'm gonna keep it. I already got the little adapter things that block off whatever ports you don't really need, so I got that. I got some new fuel rails, so they accept the AN lines, so I got that. And then over here I need to install the harmonic balancer, the pulley, sorry, the tensioner that goes on the water pump. And the water pump itself, it's kind of just, it's on there. I mean, just mocked up. It's not on there. So I need to buy some bolts so I can bolt that on there. And then put a belt on. So that's pretty much the front of the engine. I do have the wiring and ECU ready to go. So I'm going to try and throw that on there. And then just plug and chug. There's not really much to do here. But yeah, as you can see, rack is, ooh, I gotta get a bolt for the rack, for the where the rack goes, and that little shaft right there, it's missing that bolt, so I gotta go find one, throw it in there, make sure I don't forget that. But yeah, so LS engine's already in here. There's not much to do other than plug in a couple little things here and there and get it going. I gotta put the clutch clutch master and the slave down there. I have the hose for that. Up front I don't think I need anything. Maybe an intake tube here for the air filter. I don't know if I have that. I don't think I have that. But yeah, pretty much front of the engine's everything's here, and it's just a matter of putting it on. I'll probably do that tomorrow, give this a little wash down. But yeah, so let me show you the interior. Alright, so we're inside the car here. It's pretty basic. Got a roll cage all around, so that's nice to be safe. Up here we got nice little switches, right light, R light, H light, lasers, ignition, fans, and starter. So that's pretty cool. Nice little panel here, everything's where it's supposed to be. Over here, the shifter, when I do get it, it's gonna hopefully come out somewhere here. So it's in a nice little area where I'm sitting here, so that's nice. This is going to the master like an idiot. I pressed on the brake pedal and it squirted out some fluid here, so let's not do that again. But yeah, it's pretty basic in here. I got some wiring there with relays. I see some fuses over there. I'm gonna have to go through that to see what's what. You got the GM throttle by wire gas pedal, so that's there, that's all set up nice. Over here, you know, clutch, brake, nothing fancy. Got a nice steering wheel. I always wanted one of these, so I got that. The only thing I'm gonna add inside here would be a removable steering wheel, the little adapter that goes here. Steering wheel's got to come off. Me climbing into this car with the steering wheel where it is, oh, it was a pain. I would show you, but me having to get off, set the camera, hit film, get back in, it's gonna take a while. So let's not do that. But yeah, I want to get a removable steering wheel hub, so I gotta order that. The only other thing I would change in this interior would be probably 2 gauges here, oil temp and oil pressure and water temp. But that's basically it. I fit here nice based on where everything is. It's everything's within reach, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's not much to do here. But yeah, I gotta go through the wiring, add the gauges and shifter, little brake thing, and also, oh, seat belts. I got no seat belts in here yet, but they will be added on, so that's not a big deal. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the interior. I'll show you guys the outside real quick on the rear end area, the fuel cell and whatnot. That's basically it, so let me show you that. And yeah, back here, taillights, rear hatch area, and you got your fuel, easily accessible. I don't know how many gallons that is, but it should be fine for a couple runs. And yeah, so I mean, this is pretty much it. You got your bar and everything, part of the structure of the car, so everything's good on this car. Modifications that I'm gonna do to the car, just the 2 gauges pretty much. This car really doesn't need anything. I mean, just the drive shaft and the shifter, everything else is just maintenance stuff or stuff that it needs just to run. But upgrades, I mean, just the 2 gauges. Maybe later along the line I'll get an actual LS motor with a little more power, but for now I think the truck motor is more than fine for this. So yeah, it'll be fun. Tomorrow I'm gonna focus on installing most of the engine bay stuff, the wiring harness, and get that routed, get that taken care of. A couple little bits here and there. I got a little collection of car parts over here. I got my fuel filter, I got the tensioner, I got some gaskets for the water pump, that's the ECU, the wiring, the dampener, and yeah, so just little things here and there. I got most of the pieces, it's just a matter of putting them on, and yeah, so that's gonna do it for this one. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know. Make sure to follow Alex Grimmaro. He's the one who built this car pretty much. I'll put his stuff in the description below. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on the car, let me know. But that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.